Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And today, as you can see by the title, we're going to talk a little bit about Horizon Zero Dawn and a possible, release window, possibly by Sony. Has been kind of not really confirmed at all, but I just wanted to talk about this because I did cover the whole 2017 delay on my channel, and definitely, even though, like I say, I'm all for delays, but this is one of my, I've got to admit, this is my most anticipated new IP I've seen in years, probably. It looks beautiful, the world looks amazing. You know, I just can't wait to play it, do you know what I'm saying? And, explore this, like, post-apocalyptic world and, all that sort of stuff. So for me, I was a little bit, a little bit down about the news, or the rumor or whatever when I heard it. But we possibly have a little bit more information, or at least another rumor to go with it. And that is that Horizon will, in fact, still be in 2016 now. Again, this is all speculation and rumor and whatnot, but if I was you, I'd set your hopes for 2017. If it comes earlier, it's a bonus. We'll know in a month. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll know when E3 drops what the deal is. But in the meantime, we may as well speculate and, talk about it. So, Uncharted 4 has just dropped. And I know in America, you got like a little pamphlet inside that had games coming in 2016. I believe Gran Turismo was on there. I'm not too sure, but I definitely know the one that everyone's talking about, Horizon Zero Dawn, was still scheduled on that list for 2016. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean, we know Sony. They have absolutely no problem delaying games. But, I think they may have saw because they know these company insiders, the Shinobis, Tyducks, they know these people. Or probably at least they could at least track them down. I'm sure a multi-million billion-dollar companies and whatever can track down these insiders. And I'm guessing they saw the fan reaction to what Shinobi said about it being delayed till 2017, and I think it may have, well, let's push this along. Let's, work overdrive and try and get this game out, because I know a lot of people were upset, a lot of people were angry. Me personally, I'm just like, I want this game to be the best possible game it can be. If that means it needs to be delayed, then it needs to be delayed. You can't really do too much about it. But I think they could have picked, really any game to put on that list. Sony could have put anything, and they're very smart about what they do. They're a lot smarter than myself, that's for sure. And they could have put if you put Gran Turismo Sport and maybe even Persona on there, or I don't know, like The Last Guardian. I was about to say The Last of Us. No, that would have been big. No, but if you put The Last Guardian and Gran Turismo Sport, that's still a pretty strong lineup, I'd say, compared to Sony's recent holidays. That's two massive AAA games. One been in development for like 10 years, and the other, I just can't wait for. You know what I mean? I can't wait for Gran Turismo. We're getting some stuff May 19th about that. But yeah, they could have picked anything, and they chose Horizon, and I think they knew the backlash from the fans, and I think they knew that they have been toting this as it is a 2016 game. Now, what could this mean? Again, it could mean that Shinobi put that out there and they're like, yeah, this is going to hurt us if we don't put this out. And they kind of, hire more people because, I'm sure Guerrilla, they're a big studio anyway. I think they're having two teams working on two different games. Maybe you put the other team to finish this game, get it out quicker, or maybe you just hire some more people to get this game out, like some contractors. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different people in the gaming industry, and I think that is a possible one. I think, and I think it may as well, with Shinobi been like kind of testing the waters. If you think about it, it was only maybe a week after he announced Dead Don't Ride that, you know, this news came out, or this rumor or whatever came out. So I feel that it may have been testing the waters, like, what do people want? Do they want this Dead Don't Ride game? Do they want this Horizon game? And that may have swayed their decision, and hopefully that's the case. Now, it could be very well that Sony's just put that in there to build a little bit of hype or whatever, and it is still going to be delayed. That's what I'd put if I was a betting man, which I'm not. If I was a betting man, I certainly wouldn't be betting on Sony, because let me tell you, they do anything they want. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think if I was betting, I'd say it's still probably a 2017 game, but I think there's now hope, and there's a little bit of news to show that it still could be 2016. But let me know, what do you think? Would you prefer Dead Don't Ride to like have the Fallout treatment, you know, announce it 6 months it's out? Would you like that to have a little bit more advertising as a new IP from a smaller studio? Or would you like, or would you just prefer get Horizon out? It's had its hype. It's got a fan base now of a lot of people, including myself. I'm all about Horizon. Like, I knew Uncharted was going to be great, and it was. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece, and it's one of my favourite games of all time, and that's what I expected from Naughty Dog. But this excites me on a different level, because this is from Guerrilla. This is from a studio that kind of has done first-person shooters and Killzone, and they haven't really done much like this, and it excites me to see what they can do. So for me, this is definitely now my most anticipated game, whether it's this year or next year. Even if, I'm going to say this now, this is a big statement, if God of War 4 is announced for next year, and Horizon is delayed till next year, Horizon is still my most anticipated game, hands down, even over God of War 4. I'm going to say that now, because I think Horizon has the potential to be that good, and yeah, I'm excited for it, to say the least. And God of War is one of my favourite IPs, so yeah, that's pretty big praise from myself. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the holiday season for Sony, you know, Sony, I'd say, have really they put their games out all year. You know what I'm saying? They do put their games out all year. They kind of wait until, they don't really put too much out in the holiday season. I don't know why. This generation, anyway. Last year we got the Nathan Drake collection, which sold really well, but it was a remaster. It wasn't a new IP. It wasn't, you know, anything like that. It was a remaster of 3 great games with no multiplayer. So, you know, that, I guess people enjoyed. I mean, there was games like Dragon Quest, which I enjoyed, but I don't think the masses bought in their, you know, they went out in their droves to buy, you know what I'm saying? But I think definitely they need to slightly improve with the whole holiday season. I think definitely the Call of Duty partnership has kind of took the pressure off them, you know. If they didn't have the Call of Duty partnership, you know, and let's be honest, that is, if not the biggest, one of the biggest games you can have a partnership with, is Call of Duty. And we know, like, we look at the American stats, 80% of the bundles sold in the holiday season were Call of Duty bundles. So I think that takes sort of the pressure off, you know, Sony, because they, you know, they have these partnerships to fall back on. But I say this year, even without Horizon, I think it's a pretty damn good year. I'm not talking like earlier in the year. We know we're getting, we've got like Uncharted's just released. We've got No Man's Sky. We've got a lot of great games early in the year. Ratchet and Clank literally just dropped. So yeah, we've got the big games already. But I think, for me, I think this holiday season actually does look pretty good, even without Horizon. If we look at it, Persona 5, We're probably going to get the worldwide release date at E3. I can't imagine them not releasing it day and date with Japan because it's a huge IP. I think in Japan this is going to outsell Final Fantasy 15, and I think in Europe and US I think it's going to do good numbers as well. You know what I mean? It ain't going to probably outsell Final Fantasy 15, but it's going to do good numbers in the Western territory. So, you got that. You got what? Oh, I just can't wait for this game, man. I just can't. And that is Gran Turismo. My God, if you didn't know, May 19th, which is 5 days away when making this video. Yeah, I just can't wait for this Gran Turismo. We're getting a new gameplay trailer. Hopefully a release date, or a release window. They might wait until E3 to show the full release date or whatnot. That's scheduled for the holiday. Last Guardian, I don't think is going to hit the holiday. I think they're going to drop it summertime, late summer. I think would be a smart time to drop Last Guardian. For me, I think Last Guardian's got a lot of hype around it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's been in development for so long, and people just want to buy it to try it because they've heard about this since the PS3. And it's a big studio as well. Team Ico, obviously, really their Japan studio now, but a lot of history there, and I don't think it's going to sell Uncharted numbers or Call of Duty numbers, but it's definitely going to sell well, I feel. I don't think it's going to make its money back, but I mean, 10 years of development, you're probably not going to make your money back on it, but I think it'll do pretty well. I think the smart thing to do, in my opinion, is drop that when there's really no other games. You drop that when there's nothing else and it has no competition, and people will buy it just like, oh, there's nothing else, I've got a little bit spare cash, let's try this game, and I think that could be a case. So you got Last Guardian, Gran Turismo, Persona 5, you got a lot of those sort of games, and you're going to probably have maybe Dragon Quest Heroes 2, I guess smaller games that I'm excited for, that not everyone's going to be excited for, but I am. But yeah, I think a pretty strong year. But if Horizon hits that 2016 release window, I'm going to be over the moon. But I just want them to be ready. I don't want them to rush it. But yeah, just let me know, guys, what you think. Are you excited for Horizon? Are you more excited for maybe Dead Don't Ride? Or, just let me know your opinion, what you're excited for. And do you think Horizon will hit, or do you think it's going to be delayed just to give Guerrilla a little bit more time to kind of air things out, get the frame rate up, get all the glitches out and all that sort of stuff? Let me know down below. But as always, guys, this has been Eminem Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in a new video.